and welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. If you are new, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. Thanks so much everybody for tuning in today. I am going to be showing you all of my completed canvases from 2025. I did complete 18. I have 5 that are minis, and then the rest are full diamond paintings. And I do have some stats on those I'm going to go over with you. And also wanted to let you know that if you're interested in seeing my whips or work in progress, that I am moving from 2025 over to 2026. Be sure to check out my latest video, which was my month in review for December. And I also included my whip parade. I will include that underneath the description in case you're interested in watching that as well. So I want to show you some of the statistics. I have to get my glasses on. I can't see even with my contacts on. Okay, I did have 18 completions, as I mentioned. 12 are squares and 6 are rounds, which I was kind of surprised about that. I did a variety of companies, small companies, and also Diamond Art Club. And I also completed a Dreamer Design, which I consider those as larger companies. But I had 2 from Oraloa, 4 from Diamond Art Club, 1 from Art and Soul, 1 from Enablers Outpost. It was a huge one. 1 Paintgem, 2 Artdots, 1 from Diamond Art Studio UK, 1 from Dreamer Designs, 2 from Ever After, 1 from Craftibly, also 1 from Distracted by Diamonds, and 1 from More Zest. So I feel that I did give some of the smaller companies some love there. I did not complete any diamond paintings from a new to me shop, which I'm sad about that for 2025, but I am going to complete some new to me shops that actually are coming in for 2026. So I am really looking forward to that. I did not meet my goal for completions for 2025. I was very aggressive on my completions, which I said 30, because I thought I was going to complete 12 of the Paintgems, 1 a month, and did not come close to that. And I was going to complete some smaller ones, and I ended up completing larger diamond paintings, which is why my numbers are low. But I only completed 19 in 2024, so I am on track. I'm assuming that's about what I usually do, between 18 and 20. So we'll see what's going to happen in 2026. I'm really excited to see what I get completed. So I'm going to turn you around so you can see all of my diamond paintings. I am going to show them in completion of order. I am also going to go over just a little bit of some statistics on the diamond paintings, not into a lot of detail. If you're interested in detail, check out my month in reviews where I do go into detail on all of my completions. So let's get started. This first cutie is called Marianne LePage. It is from Chat Polaire. It is from Oraloa. It was no special drills added. No special drills came with it. It's a round. I've had this one for a very long time in my stash. I started this on January the 3rd of 25. I finished this on January the 20th. And this was one of the only ones I clocked my hours and then decided I'm just not going to fool with it. It did take me 16 hours to complete. It was very gappy. Also, it's cute as long as it's not up close. Like with this, it looks really good, but if you're looking at it at a distance, it is super gappy, even for a round drill, which I found very unusual for Oraloa. I did run out of one color, and on that color, I did not have it in my stash. I did not have it in my spare drills, and so I just changed it out to an AB, and it worked out fine. It just blended right in there. There were 36 colors to this one. And it was cute and I enjoyed doing it, but it definitely was not one of my favorites. I'm also going to go over my top 3 favorite and least favorite canvases at the end. This next set is Mini Dazzles, and this one is by Diamond Art Club. And most of the Mini Dazzles, you do get 6 individual diamond paintings. And again, I counted all of these as one set. But this is an art edition. I'm not sure which one that I like the best on this one. When I saw this one at first, it took me a hot minute to figure out what it is, but that is paint. And then I really liked how the washi is stacked up here, but they all have fairy dust in them. And they're all special drills. They don't have any regular drills. And I find that to be a lot of fun. I do like how they have the border on each one. The borders are different colors on the sets depending on which set that you get. And you can actually put these in a 4x6 picture frame. I am missing the Diamond Art Club Spring Mini, and I will put a picture of that up so you can see it on the screen. That one is actually at work. I have those up on a shelf at work in my office and just have those in individual picture frames, and I'll change them out. I don't know if I'm going to change them out by season or just whatever I want to work on. So I am missing those. And then also I'm missing my capybara from Ever After, and that was absolutely adorable. I do have a post completion on that one that you can look at. My fourth diamond painting is from Art and Soul, and this is Garden Girl by Hannah Lynn. It is a square shaped drill. There are 6 special drills in here, which consisted of ABs. There's a total of 64 colors. I did add 1 AB to it. I started this on January the 15th, and I finished this on March the 6th. And I did clock the hours on this one too. It took me 48 hours and 13 minutes. The drill field was extremely tight. There wasn't any gapping, but there were actually some popping drills. And over on the left-hand corner, I've noticed that several drills have popped off. That's in the cloud. And I will go ahead and I'm going to replace those. I may have to end up sealing this one, but we'll see. I did complete this for A Year of Whimsy with Hannah Lynn, and I did co-host that, and I really enjoyed co-hosting. I love Hannah Lynn. Unfortunately, Art and Soul has gone out of business. I do have several of theirs. I will continue to show those if I complete any in the upcoming year. Now, this one I think is going to be available, or maybe it has been available already by one of the other companies that now has Hannah Lynn licensed paintings, but you could probably look at one of those and pick it up. I found this one to be a lot of fun. I would love to do this as another rendering from another company just to see how it comes out. But for now, I'm just going to make do with this one, and I'm going to add it to my completions. This next diamond painting is actually on my wall. You might have seen it on some of my intros. This is Dragon Season by Emma Casey. It is from Enabler's Outpost. This one is a 50 by 235 centimeters. It has the 4 seasons. There are 100 colors to this one. I started on this one on May the 15th of 2024, and I finished it on April the 16th of 2025. And I did this based on the season. So I'd wait until the beginning of the season and I'd get it finished. It went really quickly to be as large as it is. I hope I'm not making anybody sick. I'm just moving this a little bit so you guys can see. I can't do the whole part of this. And I did take everything off the top of my cabinet there. And so that looks kind of weird, and as you can see on the bottom, the actual washi is coming off. And if you don't use your washi, it is going to eventually do that. I need to take the washi down, but it just fell as I was starting to record here. But that one is Dragon Seasons, and it is one of my favorites too. With my Paintgem diamond paintings, I like to keep them in this type of an album. They fit perfectly. So I have all of my Safari in here, and I don't put any on the back. I do have black cardstock on here that I had from my scrapbooking days, and I just cut them down to fit in this little binder. I don't put any on the back just because it makes it a little bit heavy. And then I can just flip. I might end up labeling these, but for right now, I'm good with it. I will label the front of the binder so I'll know what it is. And by the time I do all of my paint gems, I'm going to have a lot of these little ones. So I may end up changing my mind later. But right now, I'm happy with how these are in here. I do plan on putting my others into a scrapbook album, ones that I don't plan on using. And then I take the extra pages, if there are any, I just pull those out of the middle. It hasn't seemed to affect any of my binding on any of the ones that I've done, but that is my paint gem. This next one, number 8, is from Artdot. It is Bunny and Daisy by Zoe Lee. This was one of the 12 that came in the Artdot box where they had their brand new rounds. And I really enjoy doing this. It is very small. I have 10 left. And there were 23 colors in here. It's a 35 centimeter by 25 centimeters, so rather small. There are 2 fairy dust drills in here. And there were 2 specials that I did add to this, to the flowers. This was also a PR package. Again, it contained 12 canvases. The symbols were clear. It had nice glue and it worked up really fast. I started this on May the 30th of 25 and I finished this on June the 1st of 25. And for me, that's really quick. And some of these, if you notice the dates, they may coincide with other dates. And that's because I do work on several canvases at once. And I like to pull whip out, work on it for a little bit, and then work on another one. So that's why my dates are off a little bit. But let's go to the next one. This next one, I had so much fun. I had been wanting to do it for a long time, and it was a perfect opportunity to do this with the Purple Post event hosted by Diamond Art Studio UK, which is where this one came from. This is called Picasso. It is by Splatterworks. It is a 50 by 60 centimeter. It's a round. It does have 33 colors with 4 ABs, and I did add an additional 2 ABs just around in the splatter part of the background. I started on this on April the 15th, 25, which was my birthday, and I finished this on June the 2nd. And this one I find special on Picasso because not only did I have such a good time with this, even the background. I am not one that likes a lot of the same color background, but because of all the little splatters all around, and just the fact that I had so much fun, I loved doing this one and I loved all the colors, that the background really didn't bother me. But thanks to Picasso here, I won a $50 gift certificate from Diamond Art Studio UK. I just happened to be in the random grand prize drawing, and I used that $50 that I got in April for this one, and I used that for the temperature chart that I purchased for 26. So I used the gift certificate for something that you will see down the road, but I think he is just absolutely adorable. I definitely want to do another Splatterworks in the future. My next diamond painting is White Christmas. It is by McLean Studios, and it's from Dreamer Designs. It is a 90 by 60 centimeter. It is a square shaped diamond, and there were 73 colors with 4 ABs. I did not add any additional ABs because I didn't think it was necessary. I loved the rendering on this. Now, I didn't love so much the gapping. It does have a lot of gapping. I did run out of 4 drills. I did not call Dreamer Designs. I had the white, because most of it's white, and the white and cream is what I ran out of. And so I did have those in my stash and just pulled those out of my extras. On this one, I knew going in that I was probably in for a problem because this is an older Dreamer Design canvas. I've had it for a while, and the older canvases had a lot of issues with the squares. Now, I did buy another one that's similar to this one. I'm not going to do it for a while, but I'm sure that it's going to have a lot of gapping as well. Now, if you look at it from a distance like you're supposed to with diamond paintings, it looks really good. And if I bring this up, you can't even really tell that there's that much gapping. You can see a lot of the sparkle on here, but I thought about going ahead and using some mica powder on here. I haven't done it yet. I don't know if I'm going to even bother, The most of the gapping is up at the very top on the left hand side by the candles, and that kind of bothered me, and I ended up single placing all of these instead of multi, where I could have multi-placed quite a bit on here, but decided not to because I thought maybe that will be better if I single place and it won't be as gappy. That did help, but still is a lot of gapping. I was going to have this dry mounted or framed and decided not to after I completed this, just because of how gappy that it is. But it is a gorgeous piece. This next piece is Beautiful, and this is by Annie Reyes. It is from the Ever After diamond painting, and it is a 60 by 60 centimeter. This was the first Ever After that I completed, and I just loved her. Ever After started around April, I believe, and I started on this one on April the 22nd, and I finished it on July the 31st. It has 57 colors. It is a square diamonds. It had 3 ABs with 2 Forever Dust, and I absolutely love this. I did this as a sneak peek for Jessica from the owner of Ever After, and these are some of the best squares that I have ever used. And I'm not just saying that because it's a sneak peek. If I didn't like it, I would definitely tell you guys, but the squares are absolutely wonderful. I have not completed a round or done a round of hers yet, so I can't attest to the rounds, but the squares are lovely. There's not any gapping. They were not tight. They just fit just like a glove. I was able to even multi-place on her face. Normally, skin tones just drive me absolutely bonkers, but on this one, the skin tone even looks good up close. This is one of the ones that I'm going to pull out, and I'm going to either have it framed or dry mounted. Haven't decided what yet, that I'm going to add into my craft room. I love the bee that's on her nose, her expression, all the flowers. It just is one of my all-time favorites. And this was an absolute dream to work on. If you have not tried Ever After before, I highly recommend this company. Here is another Artdot by Zoe Lee. This one is called Lotus and Koi Fish. It is a 32 color. It has 32 colors. This one has 32 colors, and it has 2 ABs, and I really liked the lotus part of it, but the koi on the fish, to me, it's hard to tell what those are. Even looking at a distance, it's hard to see that they are fish, and I get it because this one is really small, that the rendering is pixelated, but I wish that there would either be just the lotus. I would have been just happy with the actual lotus and then like all the sparkles that's around it than I would with the koi fish, because the koi fish to me it takes away from this diamond painting. So let me know what you think about it, but it was good. I didn't have any issues with it. It was enjoyable. I did this really quickly, but I just really don't like the fish. This one, oh my gosh, I just absolutely love this painting. This one is A Light After the Storm by Jody Bergsma. I love her as an artist. It is from Craftibly, which Craftibly is no longer with us, and I loved Craftibly so much that I do have some Craftibly that's in my stash. I work on those slowly since I know I cannot get any more, but this one was a square shape. It had one special drill. There were 44 colors. I'm showing two ABs, so it must have been 2 ABs as specials. I did start on this on July the 19th, and I finished this on September the 20th. And surprisingly, I ran out of 3 drills on this canvas. I was really surprised because I have done quite a few Craftibly. I have never, ever run out of drills on Craftibly. So I was really shocked, but I had them in my stash, thank goodness, because I couldn't have called them. But I love lighthouses, and I just love the background of this. I love how the rendering is, just everything about it. Even the girl, at first when I was doing her, I thought, what is she standing on? And then I realized it's a path and there's a cliff there. And I just found this one to be so much fun. And I worked on it really slow because I was in no hurry to finish this one. I would love to have another one to add that would go as a complement with this one, but unless I can find it in a D-stash, then I am out of luck. Here's another small one, but it turned out really cute. I was very pleased with this one. This is called Witch's Wishes. It is from Distracted by Diamonds. It is a 42 by 42 centimeter with 48 colors, and it had 6 of the Forever dust. I'm not sure what they call it, but I really thought this turned out really cute as small as it was. It did not take me very long to do it. I just took my time with it though, because I was doing this for an event that was hosted by Diamonds and Dragonflies, and I thought that it was perfect for that event. It was also perfect for the spooky season. I don't like to do spooky, but I thought this was cute spooky, and it turned out just really cute. I do plan on using this one for Halloween next year as one of our Halloween decorations. And my daughter was really excited, wanted me to go ahead and put it up now. And so I told her that I will put it up as soon as October rolls around again. So you might even see this on my wall. This next diamond painting is Christmas Snowman. It is by Creative Studio from Diamond Art Club. It's 55.6 by 83.7 centimeter. It is a round drill. There are 66 colors, and there are some ABs and some fairy dust in here. I did not put the amount on it. I believe there were 7 in total, and I started this on November the 15th. And I worked on it every day until the 24th of December. And this was my official entry for my Advent diamond painting. And I really loved this one. I love the colors. This was a newer Diamond Art Club. And I actually had gotten this one in November. And I was going to put it up, work on one of my older ones, and saw this one and knew that I just had to do this one. And I am going to definitely bring this one out next year and put it by our Christmas tree. I'm not sure how I'm going to hang it. If you can see on the right side, I do have a hanger on it now. I have purchased one of the Architect holders that you can put blueprints on. I am still working with that one. I think that I purchased the one that was just a little bit too wide. I can put my larger canvases on there, but not the smaller ones. So I'm going to have to play around with it, but once I get it to where I want it, then I'll show you guys how I am storing some of my diamond paintings. But this is definitely one of my favorites for the year, and I definitely will go back to working on a newer Diamond Art Club canvas as soon as my detox and my stash refresh is done. This painting is tiny, but it is also mighty. This is Poppy Fields by Peggy Collins from Diamond Art Club. It's a 25.9 by 22.8 centimeter. It is a round with 33 colors, and this one surprisingly had quite a bit of confetti. I was really surprised that it took me longer than what I was expecting. I thought I was going to whip through this probably in just one sitting, but it took me a couple days to get it done, but I am loving this one. This one is going to be going out to a good friend of mine, and I am going to be framing this one soon. I told her I was going to wait until after I finished this video, and then once I got the video finished, then I was going to go ahead and have it dry mounted or framed and gift to her. But I really enjoyed this one. I may end up getting one for myself and doing it so we have matching diamond paintings in our craft room. My final diamond painting is called Rainbow River, and that has just recently been named by Rebecca over at More Zest. And this is from More Zest. It is a 43 colors. This one you could either get in round or in square. I decided to get this one in square, and I didn't have any problems. It was a joy to work on. It was a lot of color blocking. It had a little bit of confetti. So really it was a combination of both, which as I've already mentioned, I just really love. I am a confetti girl, but I love combinations every now and then to work on just to get me out of a confetti rut. But the colors are really pretty, and I almost didn't buy this one. I'm really glad that I did. Now, More Zest did this for their Advent this year, for their Advent event, and I was going to do it as an Advent event. I just started working on it, and I just kept working on it and actually finished in 4 days. This one also is my 99th completion of all time. So that means that my next diamond painting is going to be my 100th, and that's going to be in 2026. And there are 2 right now that are competing for that place. So stick around, and hopefully soon I will have a video showing my 100th finish. Okay, my least favorite diamond painting, and I hate to say it, but it's this one. And I love Hannah Lynn. It has nothing to do with the artist, nothing to do with Art and Soul. But this one, it's a painting. The rendering I really like. I think the artwork is really pretty. I like how sparkly that this is. I like how it was actually rendered on here. But the drills are just absolutely horrible. I have been having this in a closet hanging up all year. And the drills have popped even more. You can see one in her face that's popped. But what really has gotten me is this. Look at this mess. And I have not moved this. It just popped, and then all of these had just started popping off, and they're sideways on the ones that were next to them. There's one that's completely gone. There's some up here that are gone. I have done other Art and Souls I didn't have a problem with. I have heard conflicting information. Some people have had problems, some haven't. So I am just hoping that my next ones in my stash that I do not have a problem with. But unfortunately, this one ranked in my bottom 3 of my least favorite. My second least favorite, you probably guessed it, it is this Artdot koi, the lotus and koi fish, just because of the fish. I mean, if it weren't for the fish, I think I'd be okay. And I mean, I guess on here it does look more like fish now that I have a close-up, but it just doesn't do it for me. I love all of the colors. I love the flowers, the lily pads. Everything to me is just wonderful except for these fish. So I'd love to hear what you think about this. I mentioned that before, but I'm really curious to hear. And if you've done any of these smaller Artdots, let me know if there's others that are like this, that you liked everything on there except you didn't like one of the main points that's on the actual canvas. My third least favorite is White Christmas. And while I love the colors, I enjoy doing it. There wasn't any popping drills or anything like that. It's just the gappiness. I just look at it and I'm just absolutely upset because of how gappy that this is. And that does bother me. So if it weren't for the gappiness, I think I would have this as one of my top ones. But because it's so gappy, I can't say that this is one of the favorites. Choosing my top 3 favorites was really, really difficult. And I have 3 top 3, of course, but I can't really say which one is first, second, or third, but the snowman. I absolutely love this snowman. And I would definitely do another one similar to this, but I have not done, as I mentioned, hardly any of the newer Diamond Art Clubs, and I cannot wait to get started on another one. Of course, it's going to be a while because I am on my de-stash, my detox, so I'm going to have to wait on that, but the snowman is just definitely one of those top 3. The next one of my top 3 is Craftibly. Even though I ran out of colors on this one, it's still one of my absolute favorites. I won't say it's my favorite of all time, but it's definitely up there as one of my favorite diamond paintings. And of course, I have to include Beautiful in there. I really do like this diamond painting. I would say out of the 3, this one is the top one. And I now am going to be working on more Annie Reyes because I really love her art style. And I did unbox another one of hers not too long ago. I'm hoping to start on that one maybe in the summer, as long as I am done with my detox. But this one definitely is the top one. And it's not my all-time favorite, but I would say this one is my second all-time favorite that I have done out of the 100 or 99 that I have completed. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for sticking with me, and I really am excited to see what 2026 is going to bring for my channel and for me and for all of you guys that watch me as well. So stay tuned for more videos. If you haven't subscribed, I would love to have you here. Just click on that subscription button. Also click on the notification bell so you're notified of any future uploads. And if you really like this video, if you would click on the like button, I would really appreciate it. Until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye.